New Jersey meant a lot to me, and my mother has been living here forever, the last 10, 15 years. And the thing you talk about clemency, second chances, giving people a fair shot, I grew up on that side of life, and I never thought or imagined I would be in rooms like this, and you guys give me the courage and the energy to use my platform and keep pushing forward to better our communities for all races across America. And these issues right now are catered to black and brown, but anyone caught in the system in those situations, you could be any color you wanted to, and it affects us the most. So I would say thank you, Governor, to being involved in something that brightens our culture. So thank you, guys.
Shout out to the governor for, you're the truest image of change. You smell like change. I could, I could feel it when I see you. Today is an important day for me. Since June 30th, 1990, the first time I got arrested, I was 11 years old, robbery, Philadelphia. Since that day, June 30th, 1990, I've never been off of probation, parole, out the system. I get off parole 2048, October. Let me explain something to you why the day is important. Because as we speak about clemency, right now I'm going through the process, and I have a hearing probably in August in Pennsylvania. And under them circumstances, I also, because I got a business in New Jersey, I pay millions of dollars of taxes in New Jersey, So I feel good being a taxpayer that this is working for me. But I'm the Chief Marketing Officer of Reform Alliance. I'm also the cultural advisor of YouTube, one of the biggest platforms in the world. And I also are the co-host and the owner of a podcast called $1 Million Worth of Game. I'm also the co-owner of a hydration drink, Pure Energy, which a Pure Fuel, which is also the hydration drink for the Philadelphia Sixers and the Chicago Sky. I'm saying it to say this. The possibilities after prisons are amazing. There's people in this room right now. I'm not here to brag or boast. I'm not here to speak for me. I'm here to speak for the people that's coming after me. I'm here to do right, to represent the possibilities of what someone can do when they come out of there. When I sat in that cell, it was the older gentlemen there that been in jail for 20, 30, 40 years that read this book. Go to the school. Go get your GED. They was the elders that we lost in our communities that was educating us on the inside. Now, what's important about today is I heard something for the first time. And I'm so thankful today that I heard that. A lot of times when we talk about criminal justice reform, we always forget the women. Today the women was highlighted because, let's say this. We must understand we can't have no conversation without women because this world don't work without women. We not here without women. We can't eat without women. We can't think without women. So that's important. That's important. That's important. I know sometimes us men get beside ourselves with our things, our money, our power. Some of us don't even know how to iron our shirt, let alone tie our shoes if it wasn't for the women. So without the women, this world don't work. And I also want to say this. I want to give a shout out to the women of our organization, Jessica Jackson, Aaron, Desiree that's here today. Where y'all at? Could y'all stand up and get these? Reform Alliance over there. Jessica, and this is why this is so important. Jessica called me the other day in an emotional state. She was so happy about the day because it's a sister that she's representing to make sure that she see her freedom, that grew up. She grew up under domestic violence. She grew up under sexual trauma, all that stuff. She's been incarcerated for, decades. And Jessica was so emotional about today because she's, without a doubt, we're going to bring that sister home. But what's important in everything, today is a wonderful day in Jersey. Today is a wonderful day in change. But as we move forward as people, as human beings, I need to say something to somebody. We need to figure out our ways as black people, as white people, as straight people, as gay people, whatever we are. We got to figure out ways that we can win together, that we can think together, so we can celebrate together. We got to stop. This is what we got to stop doing. Because what's going on with social media, all we see is the people that pose to represent our communities, the people that pose to represent our states, the people that are supposed to represent the world, they're finding every which way to go against each other when we got to come together in order for the world to work. The world don't work if we don't work together. So today in New Jersey, I want to say, what you doing, you the real deal. You got up here, you rocked the mic, and hold up. I gotta throw a little sidebar in this. Mind your business. Listen, from now on, you might don't know, but I'm your booking agent for speaking. Don't worry about that. I'm getting 20% of the cut. I'm gonna have you everywhere. Rev, plug us up with all the church. We gotta get him in all the churches. All the commencement speaking for the colleges. And anybody want to book him, hit me up, 50,000 hour, question and answers. We'll talk about that later. In the book deal coming. But no, I just want to give you a shout out. Because you came up here, you're transparent, you're real. And one thing about our community, we know when you're faking. And listen, Gov, you ain't faking, Gov. And I just want to let you know, man, we respect you. We respect today, Jersey. I need y'all to get up and I need y'all to make some noise for New Jersey. Get up and make some noise for New Jersey. And when I came, and when I walked up, and I don't think some of the people here today that never been to prison, I don't think y'all understood. I seen something special outside. Now, what I seen outside when I walked up today, I seen family members coming to hold their family down. But when I say family members, I need y'all to understand what I'm talking about. It wasn't just family members. I see y'all. Free Natasha. Shout out to her. I see y'all. Yes. But what I seen outside made me emotional. I'm going to tell you this. I seen the family members that's created when you walk the yard with a brother or sister in prison and you came here today to represent them. Stand up if you came here to represent your homie. Stand up. Look at them. Look at them. Look at them. Look at them. They came here today, right? The people that's standing here today, they came here. Let me explain something to you. Keep standing, the people that's standing. Let me explain something to you why they came here today. They came here, they could have been at work, they could have did anything. Some of them called out to work. They came here to represent their friend, their brother, their homie, their sister that they walked the track with, that they shared food with, that they went against the guards with, put grievances in, went to the hole with. So today, I just want to salute y'all, man, because y'all ain't had to be here. Because y'all don't understand that you got brothers and sisters that have been in there for 30 years, 40 years. Their family died off. These are brothers and sisters that sending them commissary, checking on their kids, doing everything for them. And that's important. But once again, today is a beautiful day in New Jersey. And let me tell you something, tomorrow's going to be better than yesterday. And we going to win, we going to make it. I love y'all, man. Let's do it. Let's win together.
Wow. Justin is up next. Good luck following that, Justin. Oh, hold on. I'm going to give you a minute to catch your breath before you come up. Wow, that was so powerful. Let's hear it one more time for Meek Mill and Wallow 267. God bless you both. One of the categories, by the way, that allows eligibility in the initiative is if your crime was committed under the age of 25, and then you've stayed clean since. And so you'd be eligible for expedited review in this new system. Incredibly powerful. Thank you guys so much for being here. He doesn't have to do this. He's not getting paid a dime to do it. But I can't say enough good things. Justin Dews has been with me on and off from moment one. President Biden plucked him out of our team, and he played a senior role in the White House. He's now back in private practice. He has volunteered, as have the rest of the members, again, who I'll give a shout out in a moment, to serve on this Clemency Initiative board, are doing it because they believe in it from the heart, not for one dime. Please help me welcome its chair, Justin Dews.
First off, thank you, Meek and Wallow, for those powerful words and for reminding us why we're here today. I want to thank the governor for his generous introduction and giving me the honor of chairing the Clemency Advisory Board. Thank the Lieutenant Governor for her wonderful remarks. And I'd be remiss if I didn't thank Reverend Slaughter for hosting us here today. You know, being in this beautiful sanctuary reminds me of the words of the psalmist. I was glad when they said unto me, let us go into the house of the Lord. And today's a day to be glad, because today is a day that we commemorate and we celebrate. We commemorate our freedom, the freedom of Black Americans, upon whose shoulders this great nation was built. We commemorate the day that we all finally found out we were free from bondage. And today we celebrate. We celebrate the opportunity for a new freedom. Freedom that comes from three words, three simple words. Three words that ease burdens, three words that provide comfort, three words that give relief. I forgive you. Because that's what clemency is. It's forgiveness. And all of us in this sanctuary know the power of a simple act of forgiveness. To forgive someone is to free someone. And just like the forgiveness in our own lives, clemency, whether it be pardon or commutation, is transformational. A pardon removes barriers that the law erects. Commutation shortens sentences. What the law says you cannot do, a pardon restores. And what the law says you must face, a pardon wipes away. These are extraordinary measures with extraordinary outcomes, and they are within the sole discretion of the governor, which means it is a discretion that must be exercised judiciously and thoughtfully, and that is the standard that is set for this Clemency Advisory Board. We'll be making individualized and categorical determinations on clemency petitions, and I just want to let you all know we recognize the weight of our work. We recognize that we will be making life-altering recommendations for petitioners and their families, and we're relevant for victims and their families as well. So we need to be mindful of them in that process, because their voice matters too. And I just want to speak for a moment on the process, and I want to be clear. I want to be abundantly clear. Our work will be grounded in fairness and not influence. Clemency is not reserved for the favored and well-connected. Our only guide, our only end goal is justice. And doing justice is an immense responsibility, and it's a responsibility that this Clemency Advisory Board will not take lightly. So, with all that lies ahead and all that must be done, today we commemorate and we celebrate, and tomorrow we get to work, because freedom and justice can't wait. Thank you.
Justin, that was awesome, and I cannot thank you and your colleagues enough for doing this. And we know you will do this in exactly the way it should be done. You'll call balls and strikes just as the way they should be, and God bless you all for doing this. Deep, deep thanks. Last but not least, I mentioned him earlier. I mentioned that the ACLU, NJ in particular, Amol personally, was deeply, deeply involved over the past. You're playing a home game here today. Well, deeply, deeply involved as we formulated this whole program, and I cannot thank him enough. Please help me welcome the Executive Director of the ACLU New Jersey, Amol Sinha.
Good morning. Thank you so much, Governor Murphy, for that kind introduction. I'm just truly inspired to be here today in this beautiful church in the heart of Newark, on Juneteenth nonetheless. You know, for nearly 65 years, the ACLU of New Jersey has been rooted right here in Newark, and throughout that entire time, we've been fighting for a more fair and more just and more compassionate criminal legal system. I want to give a shout out to my colleagues at the ACLU of New Jersey. There's about 30 of us in the state of New Jersey, all right? They're not all here today. There's about 30 of us in the state of New Jersey that are racial justice advocates that are prioritizing freedom and liberty and justice for all every single day, day in and day out, sometimes literally 24/7, and we are punching above our weight. And so I want to give a shout out to everybody who's here. If you can stand for a second, if you're here, I would love that from the ACLU. Yeah. And we don't do this work alone. We do it in partnership with a lot of different organizations. I see Reverend Boyer in the house. We do it with so many other folks that are part and parcel of this work. We couldn't do it alone. A little over 2 years ago, we started building something that we called the Clemency Project. And it's led by our decarceration attorney, the only attorney with that title of her kind, Rebecca Uwakwe, who's here. And the goal of the Clemency Project is to ensure that we help New Jersey embrace a categorical approach to clemency. And over the past 2 years, we've been working to identify pathways to categorical clemency and build something that could have meaningful racial justice impact in our state. My teams reminded me that even though clemency is overwhelmingly popular amongst residents across the state, according to polls, in New Jersey it's been wildly underutilized. Over the past 30 years, we've only seen about 100 instances of clemency being granted. We can and we must do better. And as a pastor reminded us, and as I feel today, clemency is a religious concept. Indeed, every major religion says something about mercy or about clemency. In my faith of Hinduism, it's taught that there's no human act that can exceed the mercy towards individuals. It can be about rehabilitation. It can be about second chances. But it can be much more than that, too, if we choose it to be. Clemency can be a chance to correct injustices in our flawed criminal legal system. It can be an opportunity to demonstrate the need for systemic change. And it can be a tool to end mass incarceration. It's no secret that we're facing some of the greatest threats to our democracy right now. There's political corruption. There's increased distrust in government. We're seeing a resurgence of anti-immigrant hate. We're seeing book bans and attacks on DEI and bans on teaching truth in our classrooms. The most marginalized among us are being targeted with vicious attacks. We're seeing lawmakers call for tough on crime policies that would increase penalties and specifically target black and brown youth. New Jersey is no exception to that. And indeed, our state has made national news, perhaps deservingly so in some moments, for its own bad actors and lack of transparency and other issues. But we can create a new narrative. New Jersey can be about something different. In a conversation leading up to the launch of the Clemency Project with our staff about the things we wanted to pursue, my colleague Jean said, "Why can't we just let New Jersey be New Jersey?" And that stuck with me. It might sound simplistic and especially hard to swallow when there's so much cynicism in our state, but there's truth to it. It's a recognition that we can do big things here when we want to and when we follow the will of the people. It's a recognition that we shouldn't be surprised, and I'm looking at our Attorney General here, we shouldn't be surprised by moments of integrity. We can acknowledge and we can learn from our history. We can acknowledge our history and we can learn from it. We can build a thriving multiracial democracy. We can repair injustice. We can reject hatred in all its forms. And we can prioritize people over prisons. Listen, indeed, it's New Jersey that legalized cannabis under this governor and expunged nearly 400,000 records. It's New Jersey that reduced the footprint of immigration detention in our state so that nobody who is trying to create a better life for themselves has to suffer through harsh conditions. And it's New Jersey that's reduced our prison population by more than any other state in the country. More than 50%, I see you, Reverend Boyer, more than 50% since 2011. And indeed, it's New Jersey that, with our collective will, with our might, and with our leadership, will lead the nation in what clemency can be. Let New Jersey be New Jersey. We can grant freedom to people who've suffered unspeakable violence at the hands of abusers and were coerced into crimes. We can deliver justice for people who exercised their constitutional right to go to trial, but were punished with an extreme trial penalty, a prison sentence far greater than what was initially offered by a prosecutor. And we can provide justice and make sure that no young person is ever languishing in prison. I see Luis in the back over there. Governor Murphy, I heard you once describe the potential of this clemency initiative as being something revolutionary. Governor, I know that you're going to lean into that spirit when you exercise your power, your constitutional power, that the people have elected you to wield, and that the Clemency Board follows your lead. We can indeed do something revolutionary here in New Jersey. We can let New Jersey be New Jersey and live up to the promises of freedom and justice for all. Thank you.
Thanks for the help all around. Thank you, Amal. Thanks to you and your colleagues here today and not with us today from the ACLU and J for all of your partnership. It has been incredibly important to get us to today and from today forward. If I could ask as they say in Hollywood, it's a wrap, except for I got to sign the executive order. Could you all stay in your seats just while we reconfigure the stage up here? So give us 1 minute. Thank you all.
Are you watching to see when they pick up the microphone?
I don't know if they're going to talk to you. The guy told me they're not going to. I guess like if they have a conversation down there, they don't want that to go.
First up, our host, Pastor Dr. Ronald Slaughter. Lieutenant Governor Tahisha Way. I can't tell you how honored that he made the trip and how honored I am that he'd stand by us and how much respect I have for him. Let's hear it one more time for Big Bill. Another guy I want to thank for making the trip. As you can tell, it was his first time with a microphone, Wallow 263. Representing the ACLU and J, Amal Sidler.
They don't have the microphone on.
Attorney General Matt Platt. Okay, now you're going to hear about the board. Incredibly honored to have their service. I'm about to date this, which I'm not supposed to, otherwise I'll run out of pens. First up, in your Give it up for Jessica Henry. Jessica. My dear friend who's been with me from moment one, Bishop Joshua Rodriguez. Let's hear it for Joe Ellen Jones. Ed Beastie. Ed. And last but not least, Michael Zuckerman. Michael. So I'm going to do all of them here. I want to give one to Victoria Q. To one of my predecessors who spends his life getting people back on their feet when they've been in the system, Jim McGree. Jim.